That's why I really like Poland too. I'm in the little free concert. I just walked by, it was open. But I can come in here, I can smoke, I can get this for $3 and a refill is $1. Cheap, freedom, beauty, Hakuna Matata.
Chciałbym, żeby ten czas nie przeminął. Chciałbym, żeby ten czas nie przeminął. Nigdy nie przeminął, nigdy nie przeminął. Otwieram wino ze swoją dziewczyną. Chciałbym, żeby ten czas nie przeminął.
Na zdrowie. Na zdrowie. Back in Poland in Gdansk, walking on the royal streets. Let's get a better lighting here. It's beautiful. Check it out. Tell me something. Been on the road for a minute, but it's good to be back in Poland. Just stopped at Żabka. Had a nice little beer, couple drinks for the cheap. Oh, I love these prices. Coming from Norway, when I was spending $40 at a cafe, for God's sakes, it was crazy. It's good to be back in Poland. In this city, I've heard so many good things. It's about 1,000 years old. Germans have ruled, the Prussians have ruled, and obviously the Polish have ruled this city. It's magnificent. Oh, the Fountain of Neptune right here. A little smaller than Bologna's, but I like it.
Nie chcę być tam nawet, nie chcę wyjść na krawędź jak oni. Też chcę mieć coś ekstra, ale nie chcę gonić, wiesz. Mam swoją unię i otwieram wino z nią. Robię co umiem, mam co lubię, mam miłość z nią. I wiesz, nawet jeśli jutro wszystko zniknie, okej, spoko, może szybko przyjdzie.
Alright, so right behind there is the Golden House. It was made for the mayor in like the 17th century. It's known as the most beautiful house in Gdansk. See if I can get some lighting. If not, I'll turn the camera around. I love when they have these little murals on the buildings. I think the Radisson scored a beautiful building. Check it out. Before I came to Poland, if you would have said, what do you think of Poland? I would have not expected this sort of architecture and these beautiful colors and the coziness. I mean, look at this. I love it.
Otwieram wino ze swoją dziewczyną. Chciałbym, żeby ten czas nie przeminął. Otwieram wino ze swoją dziewczyną. Chciałbym, żeby ten czas nie przeminął. Nigdy nie przeminął, nigdy nie przeminął. Otwieram wino ze swoją dziewczyną.
It's pretty cool here, you know, got the contrast, the old and the new. I guess in these types of areas before they completely redid it is where the bad boys hung out. I watched How I Became a Gangster. It was about a famous Polish gangster who was from Gdansk. And he would go steal cars from Germany and then sell them in Poland. But I guess this is kind of where a lot of the shenanigans went on. Obviously with the port. With port you can, you know, smuggle stuff, move drugs, etc. And so I guess Gdansk was kind of a shady little area, especially during the Soviet time. And also a lot of Western goods came through here because obviously it was close to the ports and you know, outside the Iron Curtain. So it's pretty interesting, you know, how this used to be just a kind of a bad area and now it's, you know, gentrified and you got $1 million apartments, I think, over here. So I guess Gdansk is more of like the liberal place of Poland. They have Good Morning Poland here and it's based in Gdansk, I'm pretty sure. At least I watched it one time and I was with my Polish friend and he's like, yeah, you know, everyone bashes this channel because it's so Americanized and, you know, they promote things that we don't necessarily agree with and blase, but I could definitely tell here it is way more progressive, it seems. It seems like this, no, you're good. It seems like this is like the super cool hipster rich person type area, like maybe like a Brooklyn. That's how it kind of feels. Obviously 10 times safer, but I don't know, it's kind of neat. It's oh, here's what it is. It reminds me of the old town of Warsaw, but way bigger and on the water, right? You know, the Warsaw's got the massive skyscrapers in the business district and looks super Americanized. But the old town is super, super beautiful, right? And this is like a huge old town, it feels like, and it's just on the water. I think that is pretty neat. It's definitely a place that I could stay, especially when the weather is good. I can imagine it's cold as crazy, you know, for a good chunk of the year, but so far really nice. It's right in front of me, I think, is a 13th or 14th century crane to do, you know, move things, all the cargo and whatnot. I mean, damn. Poland, I think, gets a bad rep, but the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth was pretty top dog. And look at this. This was, you know, 800 years ago they had this. I think it's pretty cool. You see that big boat in the background? The lighting's good. This canal is like at least 1,000 years old. Man has taken over a river, made it its own, built buildings on it. I think it's just amazing. Like this little boardwalk thing goes on for a while. A ton of different buildings, and it's been here for a long, long time. Pretty cool. Billy's, American food.
Otwieram wino ze swoją dziewczyną. Chciałbym, żeby ten czas nie przeminął nigdy.
That's why I really like Poland too. I'm in the little free concert. I just walked by, it was open. Hasn't quite started yet. But I can come in here. I can smoke. I can get this for $3 and a refill is $1. And I'm in a little venue too. It's amazing. Cheap, freedom, beauty, Hakuna Matata. That's pretty cool.
Popatrz, jak wszystko szybko się zmieni. Coś jest, a później tego nie ma. Człowiek jest tylko sumą oddechów, więc nie mów mi, że jest...
See the German influence? Again, the Prussians were here, the Germans were here. It used to be called Danzig, the free city of Danzig, and it was controlled by the Germans. Still to this day, there's a big influence of German in the culture and the people and the genes, the ancestry. A lot of German ancestry here, and you can see it all throughout the city. Pretty neat. Besides Warsaw, this is the first time I've seen the rainbow flying high. Some real estate prices. 700,000, 1.3, 995. Boom, boom. This architecture looks a little funky. So I was talking to the waiter last night, and it sounds like Gdansk is still free from too many foreigners. I guess a lot of the people here are from everywhere in Poland. It's a mix and match of Polish people, but the foreigner problem hasn't came yet. So might be good to get in here before it gets hot, you know? Price-wise, it does seem cheaper than Warsaw. Obviously nowhere near as cheap as Białystok, but I don't know. Żabka, their prices were pretty similar to Bialystok's. I think accommodation is what is more expensive. Finding a good hotel room for, you know, under 80 euros a night was pretty difficult. But normal cost of living, getting drinks, going to dinner, didn't seem too bad. This is the Basilica of St. Mary. It's the biggest brick cathedral in all of Europe. Wow. And a lot of these Catholic churches, they have these areas where they have like an expedition. I've noticed in this one, I don't know if it's because this church might have been bombed during World War II, but it's really like brutalist, you know? Like I saw that there's this picture of Jesus over there, you know, like in Soviet type style. And normally the church is like in Italy, it's like gold and beauty everywhere in these little rivets, but this is just basic, you know? So either they're redoing things or, I don't know, maybe it's the Polish type mindset of simplicity and ugliness. I don't know, but you know, oh, this is a little better. This is more normal. All right, doing a little beach day. Took a bolt. It was about 20 minutes. Cost $9. But there's also a tram over here that is super cheap that takes you up right over here, so you can always do that. I'm about to see what this Polish beach is all about. Everyone always talks high and mighty about the Baltic Sea beaches in Gdansk or Giddy in this sort of area, so we're gonna see how they compare to the rest of the beaches I've been to. So far not so bad. The water is very dirty. I know that before you go to the beach you need to check the report if it's good enough to swim, but there's a ton of people here. The beach is free. It's totally naked. No, like by naked I mean no cafes, bars on the beach, sunbeds everywhere. It's long. It's not too bad. Look at all these people. I think it's cool. The Polish people always have these tents and little sun blocking things. I found this thing, so I got my shade. Do I recommend the beach? Maybe. I mean, not the best for swimming. The water does feel good. It's just really dirty, but to just chill and hang out, it's good. Yeah, so overall, I think Gdansk is still an underrated city in Europe. I noticed a lot of tourist activities going on in the city center. People harassing, people doing street shows, getting money. Do never go to a strip club in Poland. You're gonna get, you know, scammed for sure. But I don't know, in the next couple of years, I think you need to make your move here in Gdansk before it becomes very international, similar to Warsaw and whatnot. But until then, I think this place is an untouched gem in Poland. I mean, shit, you got the beach, it's cheap, it's safe, Polish girls. What more can you ask for, right? Chciałbym, żeby ten czas nie przeminął.